Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In the last two verses or mantras, the nature of Isha has been indicated. The words of the Upanishads are placed in such a way to communicate that which cannot be communicated by words. The combination of words are such, though each word can indicate, not describe, the truth, yet for us knowledge is some concept that we create. But when we know an object, after that there is no thinking about it, you just know it. Therefore, to describe this knowledge also is very difficult, because it is the knowledge of the knower, which never becomes the known. Our mind also can grasp only that which has got some limitation, form, quality, change, transformation, some relationship, and therefore can only recognize that which is infinite. That which is finite, not infinite. So Shruti has got a methodology by combining words in such a manner that we do not make any concept. And when all concept from our mind and intellect or thoughts of all the finite is removed, the ever shining consciousness is ever present. And we don't have to remove thoughts to know that I am conscious. I am and I am conscious. Do I need to even be told? Only thing is, we do not recognize what consciousness is. Just like we don't understand what electricity is, we only see the expression of electricity through different equipments, through different upadhis. Normally, a bulb, a glass bulb with a wire, has got no light in it. But when it is connected to a socket and you put on a switch and light comes, or light manifests from the bulb, you know that the bulb does not have light, so that light is coming through some other source. So you infer that there is something else because of which there is light in this bulb. But remember, light is not electricity. Light is manifestation of electricity in the bulb. Heat is the manifestation of electricity in a heater. Coolness is the manifestation of electricity in an air conditioner, which you wish today you would have. So is electricity light, or is electricity heat, or is electricity its complete opposite, coolness? All of them are from electricity only. But what electricity is, these are expression of electricity. So what we understand as consciousness is this one who is seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. Now, none of this would be possible without consciousness. Yeah. When eyes are not connected to consciousness, as you see in a dead person. Eyes are open. You take that eyes and put it in another living person. Again, you can see through those, or those eyes can seem to see. Therefore, even when it is said that Atma is consciousness, we only make a concept of consciousness. And therefore we wonder, at least to know that Isha is that charming, beautiful, handsome, Lord, ever ready with his bow and arrow to protect you. No, that Sagun Ishvara is something that we can easily identify with and is immediately utilized. Means useful. This recognize yourself as consciousness. Okay, I'm conscious. Sometimes I'm unconscious. Like in class. It happens, no? Especially after breakfast. But even before breakfast also, that same story. So we've tried it before breakfast, we've tried it after breakfast. Yeah. But you have a direct demonstration of that your eyes can be open, and you must speak to school children early in the morning. Eyes are open. And those who are teachers, they'll know in class. Eyes are open, ears are always open because you don't have any plugs. And yet you see nothing, you hear nothing. Yeah? Because the mind is not connecting it with consciousness, the sense organs cannot see. Therefore, that this consciousness as a word and as a concept in our mind is only very limited. Existence, infinitude, which I've been repeating from yesterday, no? These are very limited concepts in our mind. To remove all these concepts and to recognize the Atma, the consciousness, in its true essence or nature, is what is called as liberation. And why do we call it as liberation? So when we say consciousness, and even I understand that I am the witness of my thoughts, I am even beyond my thoughts, I am consciousness, I am conscious of my thoughts, I am conscious of my knowledge, I am conscious of my ignorance also. Still, this notion is, this consciousness that I am is conscious of my limited mind and thoughts. But the purpose of the Upanishads is to show us that this consciousness itself is that from which this entire universe appears and into which the entire universe disappears. volumes and volumes and volumes and volumes of books by even different acharyas like Panchadashi and all that is just to get this point across that this entire universe exists in you, the consciousness. Oh, in God we can understand. Yeah. But the entire universe exists in you. And simple thing is there any proof of the existence of world without you being conscious of it? No, somebody else is conscious of it. Okay, they are also conscious of it, isn't it? So the world exists in consciousness only. Otherwise, if you're not conscious, where is the experience of this world? And therefore, the world is only an experience. Yeah. World is only an experience. And that experience takes place where? Object we are seeing outside, but the experience of the object is seen where? Yeah, in your mind only, is it not? Yeah. And your mind cannot function without consciousness. So mind is also in consciousness. Okay, ready for some meditation? Huh? Okay, you don't have to close your eyes, it's fine. But just don't be distracted. Don't write down anything, don't. No? At this moment, where are you sitting? You are not even a dimple on a pimple of, a pimple on a dimple of a left cheek on an ang. In this hall also, yeah, this huge hall, you are just one seat. You occupy one seat in this huge hall. Now, this huge hall is just one part of existing in our Siddhbadi, few acres ashram. Is it not? This few acres ashram also, which you feel that there should be a buggy to take you from Saket, yeah, or from Hanuman to Saket, from this world to another world. If you think, this ashram is so small compared to the whole of Siddhbadi, which is a small little village in Kangra. And Kangra is just one small, let's say, district in Himachal. Himachal is just one state, you know. So when you see the Himachal state compared to this one seat of yours, it is huge, is it not? And where does Himachal exist in? Yeah. It exists in one country. And that country, which you call as India, Bharat, is what? One small pendant in Asia. Pendants are more precious than the whole necklace. Yeah? More brilliant. So one pendant in Asia. And Asia is the largest continent. But it is one of the 7 continents, which is, and the 7 continents are just 1/3 of this earth. Remaining is all water. And this huge earth, if you see it in the solar system, and this whole solar system in the Milky Way, and this whole Milky Way is there amongst countless galaxies in the total space. Is it not? How insignificant. But where does space exist? In Brahman. Where does space exist? When you are asleep, where is space? The entire space that accommodates billions of galaxies exist in the mind. Therefore, time and space is considered to be the concept of the mind. So you thought you are in space, but the space is in you. If you keep contemplating and thinking like this, and see where does experience take place, where does the world exist at this moment, how does it look that you are existing in this world, but really speaking the world exists in your thoughts. Why are you bluffing like that, Swamiji? Yeah? When you are seeing your dream, you are just one creature in your dream, is it not? But when you wake up, what happens? The entire dream world of your richness and your pleasures, or your marriage and your nightmares, yeah, whatever, your wedding party and everything, or your children's now wedding party that you keep on planning and planning and planning and planning and planning, then it's all over. When you wake up, what do you find? What do you find? Were you in the dream or was the dream in you? I know you're confused because you were in the dream and the dream was also in you, which means what? That the dream was superimposed on you only, and you only were in the dream and the dream was in you. Now this you have understood, the next verse becomes very clear. And can you imagine when you wake up from your dream? When you wake up from your dream, you are no longer the sufferer, whether you say enjoyer, and the enjoyer only becomes the sufferer. The enjoyer and sufferer of the dream, nor the victim or the creature in the dream. In fact, the dream existed because of you, in you. And when you wake up from that dream, what do you realize? Your friend or your enemy was you only. Yeah? In you only. And after waking up, whom will you hate? Whom will you love from your dream? Yeah? First of all, it is an illusion. Secondly, everyone in the dream was created by me, from me, by me, and experienced by me only. And when I wake up from my dream, I fear whom from the dream. I hate whom from the dream. Yeah? I'm attached to whom on the dream. Yeah? I'm anxious about which child of my dream. Is it not? Therefore now, after having revealed to us that Isha as Atma, the self, the seer, the consciousness, and the same consciousness as the consciousness functioning through the totality as Hiranyagarbha, we generally say God, Creator, as the same. Now, these two verses which are considered to be so famous and popular that it is, of course, we find in the Bhagavad Gita, naturally. In the 6th chapter, we find it. And in Manusmriti also it is pointed out. This mantra. And therefore, how are people going to even say that Manusmriti discriminates between this and that when it is talking about oneness? Yeah? And we started with Ishavasya, and as revealed, we saw that it is the consciousness that is the self. And to assert that, now the Rishi uses the word Atma, self. And that Isha that pervades everything, that Purna reality on which everything is superimposed, and from whom you remove that superimposed world, the Purna remains as it is, ever full. That Purna, when recognized, cannot be separate from oneself, is just one's own self. The self which I think right now is a creature in this creation, a victim of life's circumstances. But if you find out that you are the master of your life and circumstances, look at the amount of freedom that is there. Such a person, what fear, what anxiety, what stress, even of death, even of loss, profit, gain, not gain, health, ill health, enemies, friends, attachments, anxiousness, where will that person have? If you still have it, you've not woken up from your dream. Yeah, but even when I wake up from my dream, some people who think their dream to be quite real, they still think that, oh, that person might dream. I want to go back to the dream to kill that person, which means that person has not fully woken up. Now, to assert this point, and mainly to point out to us, what is the state of realization, enlightenment, freedom, moksha, and what is it that we are seeking and what do we gain? Now, we always talk about we want happiness, 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 happiness. Is it not? Or we want these 4 goals of life. Really, we want only 3 right now. Artha, Kama, and a heavenly world, which, if you live in harmony, goodness, etc., you get a good world, a good environment. This is all that we really see. But why do we really want wealth? To get over our insecurities, fear of hunger, thirst, etc. Why do we seek pleasures? Just to get over boredom. So with wealth, what we seek is freedom from insecurity. From pleasures, we seek freedom from boredom. And from performing good actions, we seek freedom from those actions that will give us sorrow, which means sin. Now in all 3 of them, what are you seeking? Freedom only, no? So are we not seeking moksha? And tell me, if you have all the pleasures, like you are enjoying it, I hope you are enjoying, right? I should not take for granted. You are enjoying yourself here. You would want that, the 7 days should be extended for some more, Yeah. Is it not? But suppose I told you, okay, now that you have come here, yat gatva na nivartante. Now you are not going to go back. You don't have a choice. See, you are enjoying yourself. But the moment you realize that you don't have the freedom to go out when you want, even in a paradise, you are going to feel miserable only. So where there is freedom, there is happiness. Even in this world, at home you got everything. But if you don't have freedom to go out, I'm giving relative example. Why do you revolt? Actually, yesterday one very nice WhatsApp message came. Somebody goes to one of these fast food shops and orders, but they give them the same thing only. They don't give them what they order. And some get it, some don't get it. Yeah. So they said, but I ordered something, I paid for something, why did I not get it? Yeah. And they said, we don't see the blue mark on your finger. This is what? That when you had the choice to vote, you did not choose. Now you take what you get. So in freedom is happiness, and when you are happy, you're not dependent on anything else to be happy. So you're not bound by anything or anyone. And as I asked on the first day, are we free to be happy? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.